Hello everyone, how are we doing? We're back. We are back for part 3, puzzle 3 of the Ordnance Survey Great British Treasure Hunt. And puzzle 3 is Loch Ness. It's the famous Loch Ness. So the first two, obviously, we did pretty well in Callanish, getting 7 out of 9. Not too great last time on Skye Bridge, where we got a 5 out of 9. But here we go, Loch Ness, puzzle 3. Couple of things to talk about first. Number 1, every video I now do on this, I'll be linking this book in the description. So if you want to get it yourself, just go to that link and you can find it. And also a lot of requests for the pointer to be more visible. So this should be better now. Hopefully you can see that a lot better than before. So without further ado, let's get going on puzzle 3. Loch Ness. Question 1, which are the easy ones, remember. Question 1, what is the smallest named lake on the map? Right, what is the smallest named lake on the map? I'm assuming we don't include Loch Ness itself on here. Now what's that there? Easter Boleskine. There's a dam here. River Foyers. Loch Bran. Now, Loch Bran is small compared to Loch Ness. They won't be including any of this, will they? So it's an easy question, so I'm assuming. What's that there? That's not anything, is it? I'm assuming it has to be that. It's got to be Loch Bran, isn't it? It's got to be Loch Bran. Let's turn it to our blue. And we're saying Loch Bran. Question 1 done. It can't be anything else, can it? It's got to be that. Okay, question 2. Are there more cairns or crags shown on the map? Okay. Are there more cairns or crags? Okay, we're going to do it section by section here. So we got one crag there. One crag. I'm gonna mark this down as I go. So there's one in this quadrant, none in there, none in there, none in there. Then we've got a crag there and a crag there. But do we include that one? Cragnish House. I'm going to say we don't. There's always something like this on these puzzles, whether or not I should include it. A crag there. That's 4. A crag there. That's 5. I think it's 5. I think there are 5 crags. Okay, cairns. Let's go back to the top. Okay, cairns. Nothing here, nothing here. We've got 1 here. 2. 3. I'm getting 3. So it's crags, if that's how you pronounce it. Crags. 2 down. Good start. I'm confident with those. Okay, let's move on to the medium questions. Number 3. To the nearest 25 metres, what is the elevation of the picnic site? Now the picnic site is like a table. There it is down here. So let's get in there. And it's pointing to here. So to the nearest 25 metres, what is the elevation of the picnic site? To the nearest 25 metres, what is the elevation of the picnic site? Now, I'm assuming that 181 there, is that to... No, it's not to do with elevation, is it? That's to do with this road here, I think. These numbers... Or are they to do with elevation? No, I'm sure they're the numbers for elevation. So the picnic site is near Craigashea, but I'm not getting any elevation info. There's a 150 over here. There's a 200 here. There's a 150 here. So, this is quite difficult. It is the only picnic site, isn't it? Because that's campsite. Pretty sure there's nothing else. Yeah, it is. So it's in this area here. Now I mean it's the second contour in here, or is it the first? Which makes me think it's 150 because that's the first contour there, and we've also got a 150 here. So it would make sense that anything around this sort of area here is 150, but it's next to the River Foyers. It's right next to it. Well, the only thing I've got is, or I can possibly go for, is 150, because the 200s, yeah. Okay, this is a bit of a stab in the dark, this one, but we're going to go for 150. 150 metres. Interesting to see what it says in the book regarding that answer. Question 4. Loch Ness is the first among the lakes of the British Isles in which physical regard? Well, it's one of two, isn't it? Its size or depth is the first among the lakes of the British Isles in which physical regard? I'm trying to think of bigger lakes than Loch Ness. There could be bigger lakes than Loch Ness, but because of the stories of the Loch Ness Monster and everything, depth sort of makes more sense. I don't know this, but I'm going to take a stab at depth. There's always a question that sort of tests your own knowledge, isn't there? Am I recording? Yes, I am. Right, let's move on to the tricky questions. Number 5. If we estimate Loch Ness to be exactly 56 square kilometres in surface area, what volume would its monstrous inhabitant have to be in order to raise the water level by 1/800th of a millimetre when fully submerged? What? That is an absolutely... Okay. It's exactly 50 square kilometres in surface area. What volume will its monstrous inhabitant, so a Loch Ness Monster, have to be in order to raise the water level by 1/800th of a millimetre? 1/800th of a millimetre when fully submerged. So if it's 56 square kilometres and we want to raise the entire lake by 1/800th of a millimetre, I'm going to have to do some figuring out here. Now, what volume? So the volume of something going into the lake would raise it by 1/800th of a millimetre. So volume. So we get the volume of something. It's the area of something times the height of something. But we don't know the depth of the lake. But we do know the depth, so to speak, of the raising of the lake. So because whatever, so say for example you put an ice cube in some water, the volume of the ice cube is how much the water raises by. So we know that the volume of the object is the volume of the little layer of water that's been increased, so it is the surface area times by the depth, which is that 1/1800 of a millimetre. So it's 56 square kilometres multiplied by 1/800th of a millimetre. 1/800th of a millimetre. So 1 millimetre divided by 800 is 0.00125 millimetres. Let's convert that into kilometres. So there are obviously 10 millimetres in a centimetre and 100 centimetres in a metre and 1,000 metres in a kilometre. So we need to divide by a million then. That is a very small number. 0.000 0.000000125. Actually, I'm going to do this a different way. I'm going to leave our millimetre value the same, and I'm going to convert the 56 kilometres squared into millimetres squared. I think that's going to be a better way to do it. So 56. So because it's squared then, our conversion factor is 1,000,000 times 1,000,000. So that's 56 times 1,000,000 times 1,000,000. Which gives us 56 trillion millimetres squared. I don't know where I'm going with this. And then we multiply that by our 0.00125, and that gives us 70 billion millimetres cubed. 70 billion millimetres cubed, which, if we're converting back to meters, it's not a million, it's 1,000 million, which is a billion. So we divide by 1 billion, and that gives us 70 meters cubed. I feel like that's an acceptable answer. So I went quite a way around the houses, so we're going to go with 70 meters cubed. There we go. That took a while to get there, but we got there. The conversion factor was the hard thing there. Just going to turn my calculator off. There we go. Couldn't have done that without a calculator. Right. Well done, we got there. Could be wrong, but we've had a good go. Question 6. What is the difference between the highest and lowest elevations marked on the map? Now, let's not get this wrong like we did last time. So, highest. So we've got 180, 290. 219, 220, 248. 248 is the highest I've seen so far. 234, 242. I think we're at 248. I think we're at 248. Craig Nigan Ian Doon. 248. Okay. So we've got 248 is our highest, and our lowest is there's 20 there. Anything lower than 20? I don't think there is. It's obviously quite an elevated area. There it is, the 20. Okay, I'm going with 20 then. So 248, take away 20, 228 is our difference. 228. There we go. On to the challenging questions. Number 7. What do the words am, hi, nigh, and it have in common? Am, hi, nigh, and it. What do they have in common? What do am, hi, nigh, and it have in common? Well, it's got to be something to do with am, hi, nigh, and it. Hi, nigh. I thought there would be like sort of the words infiltrated in these words here, but what do they have in common? Am, hi, nigh, and it. There's an it at the end of this word here. No, I am not seeing anything here. I'm really struggling. Are they part of other words? Krieg, Nam, Brock. Yeah, I'm really struggling with this one. There's a reason this one's challenging. What do they have in common? There's literally nothing on here that's given me any clue at all. And there could be some of you saying to me right now what the answer is. It has to be related to the map, surely. Okay, the only... Hang on. There's a nigh here. Craig, Nyan, Ian, Duin. Okay, the only thing I can put in is something like they're all related to Craig's. which I'm assuming is some sort of hill. That's the only thing I can put down for this one. Okay, question 8. Can you discover which notorious English mountaineer, poet and ritualist owned a house shown on the map? Keep in mind, you'll have to correlate wisely. That looks like it's an anagram. After our baker's dozen win, correlate wisely. Correlate, owned a house. So Bolskine house there. That's not anything to do with it. Any other houses? Craignish. Craignish house, no. That's it for houses really, isn't it? Riverside, does that count? Notorious English mountaineer and poet. Oh dear. It's not, what's his name, is it? So look here, correlate wisely. There's got to be some names I can pull out here. No, I'm falling badly on this one. I think Shackleton is one I know, but it's obviously not that. No, I am stumped on this one. This has been a tough one, this. A real tough one. Okay, the key puzzle, we've got to get this. Take the ground survey height near the name of one glen shown on the map. It's in the northeast quadrant. And multiply it by 10. Then, to the result, add the number of named craigs shown. What's the total? The ground survey height near the name of the one glen shown on the map. It's in the northeast quadrant. Is that what these numbers are? The ground survey heights? That is the not. Is it? Are they talking about this quadrant or this quadrant? There's a glen, a glen. Oh, come on. The ground survey height. It's in the northeast quadrant. That's the northeast quadrant, isn't it? So then it's 93. Add 10, multiplied by 10, 930. The number of craigs. We counted that. That was 5, wasn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 935. It's my only because I don't know what the ground survey height looks like. Is it these numbers here, the little black ones? That's the most northeastern quadrant. It's the only thing I've got to go off. So there we go. Right, here we go. It's answer time. What are we? Map 3. Okay. So question 1. What is the smallest loch on the map? That is Loch Bran. We got that correct. It was just easy enough, that one, wasn't it? Are there more cairns or craigs shown on the map? There are 5 craigs and there are 3 cairns, so we got that right as well. Brilliant. So the nearest 25, what is the elevation of the picnic site? It is 150 metres. Boom! We got it right. Okay. Loch Ness is the first among the lakes of the British Isles in which physical regard. I said depth. It is actually volume. It's volume, so I'm not far off, but it's not correct. Okay, the Loch Ness monster estimation. I said 70 metres cubed, and it is 70 metres cubed. Amazing, absolutely amazing how I've done that. So they've done it. Yeah, so they did the same thing. They got to the amount of millimetres, 0.00 whatever 125, multiplied it by the surface area millimetres, and that got, and then they converted it back 70 metres cubed. Get in there. What a result that is. I am very happy with that. Oh, come on. So we've already got 5 right, so we've already equalled last week's attempt. Question 6. The difference between height of the lowest and highest elevations. I said 228. It is 228. Come on. Come on. At least we've got 6. No, we haven't. We've got 5. Sorry. Question 7 then. What do they relate to? Now, they all appear within the names of Craigs. I've got it. All related to Craigs. I think that is a point for me. I'm taking that. Boom. And then can you discover the English mountaineer? Now, it was an anagram of Alistair Crowley, who owned Boleskine House for 14 years. I was never going to get that. Never going to get that. So, that's fine though. And the key puzzle. Now, they've done me a kipper again. I said 935. The answer's 1345 because I looked at that Glen there with the 134, but they said it's in the northeast quadrant. That is the northeast quadrant. They've done me a kipper again. I'm not happy with that. They could have said a northeastern quadrant, but no, they said it's in the northeast quadrant. That's that quadrant there. I'm not happy with that at all. I'm not happy with that. So we end up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of 9. Overall, considering how I thought that went, that is a much better result than I thought. There we go. 6 out of 9. Not too bad. What do we think? What do we think? I struggled with a few of them there. But we got there in the end. 6 out of 9. We know our score, our total on the key puzzle was wrong because they stitched me up. So it would have been 7 out of 9 because I would have gone for that Glen Leith one there. But we're done. We're done for another Ordnance Survey Great British Treasure Hunt. Next week, I believe, is Ben Nevis. So we go from one huge tourism place to another. Hope you all join me for that. Thanks so much. Please do like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.